Hiya, my name's Nick. Welcome to the Bear's Paws. What can I get you?
Hello, hello. Can you see me? Can you hear me? Can you let me know? No. How are we? Are we all alright? Yes, Jackie, the live chat is available. Botrix has correctly joined the channel. Steve, how you doing, mate? All good in the hood, blood? Very nice. Another warm day. And I'm out of focus, aren't I? Bloody camera. Come on. It's because that moon's there. It doesn't like it. It thinks it's a face. It's not a face, it's not a head. It's a moon. Stop. Ah well. Mandy. How's ting and ting? Steve, you are sunburnt and sleepy. Doesn't sound too bad to me. Yes, I know. Hang on. There you go. Bit of Tiger Really Gold. One sec. Camera off. Camera on. That's better. Me, not moon. Me, not moon. There you go. Much better. See, you do love this track as well, don't you? You were just early, as per usual. Is it bin day today, Mandy? You haven't moaned about the bins for a while. Which day is it? It's ours tomorrow, you see. That's why I've just thought. All the bins are out. Looking like little soldiers on the side of the street. The wall has finished. Brilliant stuff. Is there another one waiting to be built? It was supposed to be yesterday, the bins. Is that the bins, or are you having a go at Steve, saying his wall should have been built yesterday? You're slagging him off, is that what it is? Bins was supposed to be yesterday. I'm presuming by the fact that he said supposed to be, they never turned up. Is that what that is? Yet again. They never turned up, they never do. Useless sods. It's still bloody warm now. What's the weather today? It's saying 17. It feels warmer than 17. I went out earlier on to get some booze. You can't give a baby booze. Last time they were 2 weeks late. So if they appear any time within the next week, they're making progress. A fancy brick pier that had an argument with a lorry. Nothing that has an argument with a lorry comes off looking good, to be honest. Some bloody weight in them things. Booze for baby. You can't give a baby booze. You can give him a nice Peroni though. One second. Sky Bet have been giving away free bets throughout the European Championships. I got a £1 free bet, as often I do, to use on Build a Bet, and I built a bet today. And it was Germany to win, Antonio Rudiger to be carded, over 4.5 goals, which means that there had to be 5 goals or more in the game, and each team 3 corners in each half, and only the goals let me down for £1,000. All I needed was Germany to win 3-2 or 4-1 or 5-0 or 6, 5, anything over 5 goals. But they didn't, and they had loads of chances. But it was a free bet, so I've not lost any money at all. So close though. So close, man. Sorry, all chat, live chat, live chat. You think it's intentional? If they go too quick at the start, they'll be expected to get quicker. Yes, Mandy, but they won 2-0 tonight. They won 5-1 in the first game. It should have been the other way around, really, shouldn't it? 2-0 then 5-1. All you need... I had a feeling today. I thought they were going to get 2 or 3, and I thought they might let one in. I also thought maybe it'd be that kind of game where someone could get sent off, at which point a few more goals might have been likely, but it wasn't to be. It wasn't to be. And I could have cashed out in the first half for 45 quid, I think it was. But it never cost me anything, so I kept thinking to myself, nah, just let it go, let it go. You never know. It might have come in. That extra money would have been rather nice. Scotland are playing Switzerland as we speak, but don't matter. BIM meant not football. Oh, I thought you joined in the football chat, Mandy. I thought you joined in with us. If they go too quick at the start, they'll be expected to get quicker, the BIM men, right? That makes far more sense than you having an opinion on fucking Jim. I should have known better, as the Beatles once said. How's Helen, Steve? How's our Norfolk correspondent? I have not been out at all in the last probably week and a half, 2 weeks. Not been in the back garden. My ma's been feeding the birds. I didn't go out the other day because the gardeners had been. So it looked like it was very hazy, full of pollen, full of things that make me go sneeze. Which is a shame. Yesterday it was gorgeous all day long, and I couldn't move. I couldn't go out. I couldn't go and do a live because I was doing lives in here anyway. Today, same thing. Loads of work to do. And I didn't get anywhere near as much of it done as I wanted to because it was all really tricky, ball achy stuff. But I managed to get rid of 2 things I needed to really get rid of. So, rock and roll, dude. Is Helen watching? Is she watching this or watching the footage, you mean? Helen's fine. Day off today and tomorrow. Fantastic. Well deserved, Helen. Well deserved. You deserve a day off just for putting up with Steve, to be honest with you. Greetings and salutations, Saphodemus and Pliers. How are you doing, bud? How's life? How's winter treating you down under? By down under, I do mean South Africa, not Australia, by the way. Anyone who's watching this later on. Saf is holding up the Southern Hemisphere single-handedly. That's strong, that, man. I had my pre-stream shower as well. I'm all nice and tingly. My original mint sauce shower gel, very tingly. I needed that as well. I was feeling a bit grotty because of the weather. Watching a footy bus, you can hear me. The best of both worlds. Good question, Helen. Kitchener grafting, yay or nay? 17 degrees, say it's cold. Saf, it's 17 degrees Celsius here. I'm wearing shorts, drinking beer and sweating like a 1970s radio DJ when the doorbell rings. See what I mean? Sun, proper sun. 19th as well. Friday is the longest day. Should be hot, I think. If I remember the forecast right, let's have a look. Oh, we're down to 16 now. It's Baltic. Yeah, Friday, 19 degrees. Was the camera doing some weird shit then, was it? Looked like it was. I hope I haven't got this on eyes autofocus. Because that would be absolutely piss poor, to be honest. 17 degrees cold. Man. I am genuinely... I've been out earlier. I had to go to the shop, so I was wearing my shorts. Everyone's wearing shorts and sun hats, and it's 17 degrees. And Saf's moaning about it being cold. Just shows you what you get used to. If you're used to it being warm, it will feel cold at that. Man, no idea what you're going on about, as usual. Kitchener grafting. Do you want to give us a bit of an in-depth understanding of what that is? Joining two raw edges together in knitting. That's Kitchener grafting. It's dropped to 14C. Fair enough, Saf, that is cold, mate. You wrap up warm. How does it work, Kitchener grafting? I'm looking at this now. Formerly known as the Kitchener stitch, now known as grafting. Yeah. And it's changed from Kitchener because obviously something dodgy from Lord Kitchener has happened. We'll have to check this as well now, aren't I? Oh right, the reason why it's not called a Kitchener stitch anymore is because 10% off. I fucking hate these pop-ups. Kitchener was Commander-in-Chief of the British Army during the latter part of the Boer War in South Africa, of course, a time when the British and Canadian militaries were committing well-documented atrocities against the Boers. So it's been binned off because dodginess. Ah well. Don't you need a vicar for that? You do. You're sheltered in full sun today. Reckon it was mid to high 20s. It is summer. I think we forget that because of the sort of the last couple of weeks that we've had, but it is summer. So we will get high 20s easily, especially over the next 10 days or so. Didn't he say the weekend's going to be really, really hot? It's still the Kitchener stitch on YouTube. Might be because people around the world haven't actually got onto the fact that we're not calling it that anymore. Maybe. People around the world aren't really asked about what happened to a British general or something. The war's gone past, are they? If it's their own generals who are doing it, then things may change, but no. Helen's not that advanced. Well, you have to get yourself back on YouTube, Mandy. See what they say. McTominay for Scotland. Scott for the Scots. There'll be lots of happy kilt lifting going on now. They seem quite fond of that, don't they? Especially this particular tournament. There's lots of upskirting going on. Very shady. Neither of you, Mandy, but you needed to join a ribbed cuff to a garter stitch sleeve. This is very technical, this. Very technical. The good thing, I suppose, isn't it, these days, that whatever you need to do, no matter what it is, in whatever sphere of life, if you put it into YouTube, there will be someone who has done it and has done a tutorial on it. I mean, literally everything you can think of is on there. It's bizarre. If I want to pin the score somewhere, nah, you're alright. That would involve messing around and pressing buttons and things. We don't need that, do we? To be honest. What? Plus the window capture I've got on there at the moment is trying to open something that hasn't been on there for about 6 months. Just going straight into the keeper's hands until the defender decided to put his toe in the way. Yeah, it's showing on Sky as a Fabian Schär own goal. That's Newcastle United's Fabian Schär. You are being magnanimous, you were indeed. Thank you. But, nah. I could have possibly done that earlier on, but nah, can't do it now. Unfortunatamente. Thomas, 24 or 23-1. Scotland win, Croatia draw, Germany win. 10p, getting there. 222 return. Drinks will be on you. Speaking of which, I'll take the first shift, seeing as there's only 10 minutes of it left. Yeah, I was unlucky there. I see you noticed it on Twitter, didn't you? Me free £1 bet on Sky Bet. Germany to win. Rudiger to get booked. 3 corners for each team in both halves. Over 4.5 goals. All the others came in, but the over goals didn't. Useless bastard. Saf, Scotland have scored, yet. An own goal by Fabian Schär. Own goal, so it's Newcastle's Fabian Schär, obviously. Yeah, Ali was saying something to you about ribbed cuffs the other day. There was cuffs and something was ribbed anyway, for your pleasure. That Greybod should be wearing a staff t-shirt. He should. I thought you were talking about me for a second there. He can now though, because it didn't used to exist, did it? Now it does. I can do that. In fact, I could even just nick the let's see if I can find him now. I wonder if I can get away with nicking the model that's on the website. Where are you? I'm in the entry. Do you reckon I could get away with using that? Using the actual model off the website? Possibly, I don't know. Is it copyright though? Or do we get half copyright each because, you know, it's my design as well. My design, he said, after putting it into an AI program. We've got something else as well. I am not remotely prepared today, by the way. For the Euros, there you go. Bears pause for the Euros, which I think is quite nice. AI is quite good at times. But Mandy, remind me later because I will forget. Staff t-shirt on the Greybod. We can do that. You used your free £1 bet on Germany win and Gundogan shot on target. Return 60 odd pence. I was trying to make money, to be honest with you. Each team to take so many corners in each half ends up really smashing the odds up. So I keep on doing that in the hope that one day it comes in. It did today, but the other part of it didn't, unfortunately. OG, it was indeed. The scorer and Rudiger are now the joint highest all-time goal scorers at Euros. What? Why is it an OG? The original shot was on target, so it should be then, shouldn't it? If it's on target, or is that just the Premier League? Yeah, you were definitely wise to lurk last night. Not even lurking. Ali, how you doing? Ali, 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 oh. She comes from off early, behaves abysmally. Ali, 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 oh. Did the budget not extend to the bear's pants? The bear doesn't wear pants. It's for ease of operation, so I've heard. Whose shirt is the bear wearing? AI's shirt. It's just a generic, right, it's a generic dark blue shirt. It's not black, it's not pink, it's not fucking green, alright? It looks a bit Scotlandy, but the badge looks a bit Denmarky. Reminders, yes. Mindy, feed the birds. Tuppence a bag. Yep. Helen was asking if Ali's in. If Ali's in, the whole world knows Ali's in, to be honest. You got your own song. I mean, obviously it was slightly stolen from Roberto Martinez, but you know, balls to it. We came up with it. We're having it. You remembered. No reindeers needed. Sorry, no reminders needed. Why were Germany playing in pink? I was about to tweet earlier on today. Germany, white shirts, black shorts, white socks versus Hungary, red shirts, white shorts, green socks. No clash. We'll have two normal home kits. I'm going to put the telly on and they're wearing an absolute, I don't know, I don't even know what you'd call it. Jizz-tastrophe of a kit. A fucking horrible thing. Why? Why, Delilah? Why were you wearing that kit? Was it pink and purple? Pink and dark blue? It was horrible. Is that bear wearing a Scott Mark jersey? He could well be. You never know. You're no longer the filthy one you had a shower. I did as well. Didn't see you in there. Mind you are small, aren't you? Read an Echo interview from 2017 with my dad last night. Why were you and my dad reading the paper together? Took you 90 minutes to scroll through the adverts. Oh, fucking hate it. I was trying to read something earlier. Bloody awful. What a guy he is. He's fantastic. Are you sure his trousers aren't purple? They could be. Except he wouldn't be wearing trousers. He'd be wearing shorts. So, but yeah, purple shorts. Which was a B-side, a Prince B-side. I'm still waiting on results, Ali. Well, good luck. Fingers crossed, eh? Thumbs held if you're in Scandinavia. You refilled your feed at 2 fat balls a day they're getting through. Some hungry birds, that mate. Didn't we have a blue and pink kit? We did. And we've just got rid of Hummel as the, what do you call it? The, not even kit supplier anymore, is it? Partner, commercial partner. So we can get Castor in instead. And Hummel have done this thank you and goodbye on Twitter. Absolutely amazing. They made some really good kits, Hummel. Sad to see them go. I like the Hummel stuff. I mean, obviously the quality of it was absolute bollocks, but it looked great. Ali, who said you'd want me in your shower? I was on about my shower. I was in my shower earlier and you weren't there. Maybe they mixed the white shirt with the red in the wash and resulted in pink. No, we don't have red shirts. It was a deliberate pink. Not the first time either. We regularly have away shirts featuring pink. Perhaps you'd want me in the tub. Pockets full of bub, whatever it's called. Feeding chicks, yes, of course. To be getting as much into them as possible. Juve wear pink as a third kit because of Nottingham Forest. Or Notts Forest, as we like to call them, because they fucking hate it. You lot. Yeah, Hummel, the CEOs are blue. I read that earlier on. It's nice, actually. And the lad who's doing the admin said it was more than just a job. It was like a proper partnership. You don't normally get that when a kit manufacturer disappears. It's just thanks to They genuinely seem to be buzzing to be Blues. So it's Castor's time. I hope they give us the same hoodies that they give Newcastle. The one with the big Castor sign on the front. Look fantastic, them. The one that Jason Tyndall's always wearing when he tries to gag in first and shake hands instead of Eddie. How? Is there anybody in the world who likes Jason Tyndall? I don't even think his wife likes him. Yep, Notts Forest indeed. Regularly returning 550 tickets. The Notts Forest kitman washed all the kits together and the red tinted the Juve shirts from white to pink. So Juve now wear black and white because of Notts County and they wear pink because of Notts Forest. Bizarro. Isn't it Andy Murray's company? I think he's got something to do with it, but it's two lads from... Is it two lads from the Wirral? Do we know? They're from Merseyside, aren't they? I think Andy Murray's involved. I think he's a shareholder, definitely. But it's two local lads. I think they had the firm in... Did they have it in Kirby originally? And it went from being just this little, I don't know, commercial estate kind of thing that they had going on to suddenly making kits for Premier League teams, the England cricket team and all kinds of stuff. It's really exploded. You'll keep the chat clean. You don't want to be known as the filthy short one. Alright, how about the short filthy one? Do you save your cooking fat for the birds? Part of me thinks that Thomas doesn't cook with fat. I think he's too healthy for that. Not one for sportswear, but you've got a lovely pair of Hummel trainers and a trackie for your evening lounging. I've got a good few pair of the shorts, the footy shorts, and the oh please have they got zips in them shorts that Evertonians go mad for? The going on holiday ones. Got a few pairs of them. They're great. I like them. I am not going to get the other ones out because you'll be crying about what colours they are for the next 6 months. They're a sort of mushroomy grey with pink. And everyone on here will be saying that they're orange with yellow stripes or something. If you've got bone meal, you can add that to the bird feeder. Very nice. Two Wirral lads, Murray and an investor. Yep, there's his own kit with them. They've gone huge, Dev, haven't they? England cricket, Everton, Newcastle, Aston Villa. Plus there's a few other teams on the continent as well I've seen. Hot chocolate with marshmallows, of course you can, Saf, of course you can. Mandy, you can safely say you've never worn any football kit. Not even the Welsh kit during the World Cup to get into the swing of things. Shaqiri, goal, 1-1. Xherdan Shaqiri, of course. One of the weirdest shaped human beings to have ever lived. Sort of square and squat and muscly. Strange shape. He scored an accidental goal at Goodison Park for Liverpool. Was it Liverpool? No, he wasn't, was he? Who was he playing for at the time? But he said he meant it. Bollocks my arse, he meant it. Castor also supplies Red Bull Formula 1. It is petrol mushroom. Mushroom with a hint of blue and green to it. It's a very strange colour though. It's grey, but it's not. It's got brown in it, but it's not brown or grey. It's mushroom, but it's not mushroom. It's brown or grey, but it's not brown. Bone meal for your plants. Ali, you don't think you have it either? Not even World Cup, an Irish shirt for the World Cup. Come on. Shaqiri, that's Stoke it was, wasn't it? Yeah. Was that with his right foot? And he was trying to knock it back into the centre for someone to head it in, and it accidentally went miles in the air and went to the back of the net. Tim Howard. Bred him for 10 years. He was absolute world class for 8 years and remedial class for the next 2. But he still speaks so highly about the club. You can see it really meant a lot to him. Plus 5 million, and we got 10 years out of him. Isn't that a bargain? Around the same time that we spent 5 million on Jagielka and got 11 years out of him, 5 years on Baines and got 10 years out of him. You don't get buys like that anymore. It's bizarre. Villa have gone to Adidas. One of their owners is involved with them. Yeah. Newcastle too. The Newcastle fans absolutely despised Castor. So hopefully all their energies will be going into us. And the more I read about Dan Friedkin, who I can't see his name without thinking of Half Man Half Biscuit, the bastard son of Dean Friedman, Dan Friedkin. The more I read about him, the happier I'd be if he takes over. Man, you had workout kit in the 90s for aerobics. Come on, seriously, were you wearing fluorescent leg warmers? Doing your full Dizzy Lizzy? Is that what it was? Also helps female birds when breeding time comes around to up their calcium intake. Yeah, leg warmers, Steve, it's got to be done on it, hasn't it? Proper ankle and wrist warmers. Fame, I Want to Live Forever. I had that album in the Netherlands. It's embarrassing, man, but oh, what a shit album it was. But there was 1 or 2 decent songs on it, I thought. You have an awfully GAA jersey, 2 Ireland rugby hoodies and 1 Irish rugby polo shirt. Do you support Ireland by any chance? Leg warmers were worn in the winter. Strangely enough, I had not seen leg warmers for about 3 decades. And I was taking my sister to the hospital when she was doing a treatment. Aintree. And we come out on the way home and there was some girl, obviously very, very slim, winter, very slim looking, wearing leg warmers. But obviously she needs it. She's about as far through as a tram ticket, like. But I'd not seen them, and my sister pointed them out and went, look, she wearing leg warmers? Yes, I think they are. The G-string over the lycra tights. And you want to learn how to fly high. Yeah. You're going to have to stick that on the jukebox, aren't you? On the list. Thomas has got a Westmeath jersey. Ooh. What's a G-string? It is the 4th string down on a guitar. EADGBE. Genuine. It's true as well, that. Or it's the top string on a bass. Cuts quite a lot if you're not careful. Here, as I watch the something go by, I can't think what that is either, but Star Maker, yeah, I remember it. You're welcome, Ali, you're welcome. 4-string bass, yes. As there are now 5s and 6s, what have you. Yeah, but always go with a 4-string bass. You don't need any more strings than that. Also, you don't need a 7-string guitar. 6 is enough. And also, I'm looking at you, Rick Wakeman, you don't need 27 keyboards live. About 12 will do. You've been off Twitter a bit today. You've not kept up with it. Apparently, it looks as though in the next day or two, the period of exclusivity will be announced. Which means that nobody else will end up being able to buy the club. It'll just be him, unless he 777s it up. But yeah, as soon as I see the name, that's all I think of. The bastard son of Dean Friedman. You cut cheese with it. You do indeed, Ali, you do. Steve's right. You do. Be very, very careful. Cuts a lot. Very careful. Good question. Good question. Why have you got a Westmeath jersey? John Paul Jones even played a 12-string bass on occasion. That's because John Paul Jones is a bit weird. In a good way. I may hasten to add, in a good way. A proper, full-on, not even just a musician, is he? Proper, full-on muso lid. Ali don't like the cheese. Period of exclusivity sounds like Mashiri's going steady. He is. He's given him his Letterman jacket and everything. They're going to go and park up on Inspiration Point. That Astro's been interviewed as well about him on The Echo. He didn't mention wrestling or go woo at least once, bizarrely. But yeah, he said speaking to people over in the States about him, he's so highly rated as a person, not just as a businessman. And he flies in aerobatic displays, which means he's going to take over Everton and he's going to end up crashing into the ground within the space of a week. So, once Everton's touched you, etc. Your maternal grandfather was from there in Mullingar. Ali, you want a spice bag and a glass of Fanta? Of course you may, of course you may. Will he consciously uncouple afterwards? Yes, it might take a bucket of water, but I think they will consciously uncouple. I fucking hate him, Chris Martin. An absolute bell sweat. He's a stunt pilot. He's going to be called quite a lot of that if we don't start winning games. But yes, and he owns AS Roma, and we're being linked with AS Roma players already. When they signed Romelu Lukaku, he and Mourinho went to pick him up in a plane and flew with him all the way over there. So it sounds like he's the kind of fella who would get hands-on involved. And he wouldn't be ringing up TalkSport or Sky Sports asking questions in a very strange voice. Every time you had Mashiri on speaking to Jim White, it was like, this is someone pretending to be Farhad Mashiri. Nobody speaks like that. He sounded like Latka from Taxi, didn't he? Bizarre. Do a Matthew Harding, exactly. A German wings. He could fly his own Friedkin out banner. He would do. He'd quite happily do that if you could pay him. It's all about Dwayne Eddies. Have you got any family still over there, Tomash? Dean Friedkin's cunning stunts, he had to say very, very carefully. Why are Everton called the Toffees? It is because near the stadium there used to be a sweet shop called Mother Niblet's Toffee Shop. And it was quite famous in the locale. So we became known as the Toffees. And a very early, I wouldn't even say it was marketing ploy, but a very early connection was, we have a toffee lady, a woman that dresses in period costume before every game and throws Everton mints into the crowd. And that's been going on since, I don't know, about 1286 or something fucking stupid. But it's really nice to have that kind of tradition. Not many other clubs have that. Good evening, Jam. It is, yeah. With that strange high voice. Taxi was superb. And Soap as well. I love Soap. Back when US comedy was genuinely superb back then. MASH, Taxi, Soap. All those stuff back then was superb. Instead of those stupid things where there's a joke every 7 seconds, a one-liner. People don't talk like that, man. Some cousin or second cousin's still in the area. You've not been over in 5 years. Get over there, man. Just don't tell Ali when it is, otherwise we might never see you again. Yeah, because we are bad for you and sticky. Too much of us can make you throw up. Cheers. Right back at you, Steve, yeah. Cheers is another fantastic, really, really good show. And it shows you what you can do when only a couple of people or a handful of people write shows together, rather than having 20 or 30 people pitching one-liners. There's no need for that amount of jokes. One of the best things I think about UK comedy is that ability to let things breathe, to leave little openings, little gaps, to get your breath back or to think about what you've just seen. The Royal Family was great at it. Early Doors is even funnier. Brilliant at doing that. Just relaxing, letting you get back into it. Going funny, drawing it back. You don't constantly need one-liner after one-liner. Yeah, if you want anything from Ireland, let me know and I'll get in contact with Ali. Different Strokes. Oh, actually, that was good as well. Very, very cursed, of course, wasn't it? Everyone ended up in all kinds of trouble off that. Loads of drugs involved and, yeah, lots of ne'er-do-welling, I think the phrase is. So they're the same as Cape Town. Yeah, I think Cape Town City and Everton are brothers in arms. Dallas was funny, but yeah, not intentional, but definitely it's very weird. Watching that and Falcon's Crest and Dynasty and all that, that's what you think America's like, and then you go over there and it's just not like that at all. It's completely different. Need to get to the Liverpool Irish Centre. There are a few crates of Club Rock Shandy. Is the Irish Centre still going? Dallas started in 79. Is it that old? I mean, obviously I remember it being in the 80s, but I didn't realise it was the 70s. Jesus. You can't post any liquid to the UK, but you see people posting it to the USA. This would be because the USA is not in the Europe. And we're outside of Europe, but just outside of Europe. We put ourselves on the periphery deliberately. Angie, how are you doing? How are you feeling? Early Doors is fantastic. One of my favourite shows. People just do nothing. I will get round to doing that. I also want to watch Still Game again because I love that as well. Genius. Ali, can you import handcuffs? Are we talking proper handcuffs or fluffy cuffs? Because I think they come under different kind of import duties, to be honest. Different tariffs. Yes, one ended up in prison. The girl ended up a porn star and committed suicide. The lad ended up heavily into drugs. Not Willis. Yeah, Willis, sorry, not Gary, what's his name? Yeah, ended up heavily into drugs and doing armed robberies and things. And I know we're getting to that point in life where the curse of Dad's Army, they all died. It's like, for fuck's sake, yeah, it was made 40 odd years ago with people in it who were in the 40s and 50s back then. Of course they've all died. There's no curse, it's just that's life going on, mate. But with that, Different Strokes was definitely cursed. You couldn't get into Still Game. Do you know what, Steve? I absolutely loved it. I mean, genuinely loved it. I love the fact as well that there was young fellas pretending to be old fellas alongside old fellas, and now the young fellas that were playing old fellas are old fellas themselves. So when you got to the last couple of series, I seen the making of, and they said we used to be in makeup for about 5 hours a day. Now it's 20 minutes. Do you need your hair doing? No, it looks old enough. Do you need liver spots painting on? No, you're all right. You know, yeah, just in. Put your tie on, put your cardi on, and you're straight back out. You're all right then. No, nothing else needed. Have I tried This Country? I think I tried 1 or 2 episodes and I couldn't get into that either. But I've done that a few times with things. I need to leave it and then go back and try them again. But I like him. I like Charlie Cooper. He was in one of the episodes of Inside Number 9, wasn't he? Which was filmed on a train, a Merseyrail train, coming into Moorfields, which is where I get off. But on the Wirral line, not the Northern line. But I recognised it straight away. Strange, that. He was good in that as well. Gary Coleman, yeah, he was about 30 but playing a kid. He was, wasn't he? He was a proper howling. So you're not late, Angie. It's okay. Just turn up when you turn up. You can work a double shift behind the bar. I'll put you up next. I've done the first shift just to make sure everyone's all settled, right? You know what I mean? Darts. Oh, darts, yeah. Before you do that, the dartboard's in. Oh, hello. If anyone wants a game of pool, it looks like Alex Higgins has disappeared and Jimmy White and Steve Interesting Davis are in there now. Hoo-yah! Very strange. Nobody's late. If you turn up, I'm over the moon. I'm delighted. Never seen Inside Number 9. It is absolutely superb. Incredible writing. Amazing performances. Twists you couldn't see with a microscope. It's ridiculous. They're amazing. Yeah, I get off at Moorfields. Ali definitely gets off at Edge Hill. I like those inside jokes that not many other people get. Bonus points if you can hit Ali closed eyes. Play nice, play nice. Yeah, not playing on red bays. I need to change that. It's not on, is it? Done the first shift, you're dying of thirst. What you want, Mandy? What you want? What are you having? What's your poison? What do you want to drink? Sunday house. Do you, Ali, do you often get off at Edge Hill? It's funny whenever I'm on the train going into Lime Street, as you pass Edge Hill, it's always I always have a little bit of a chuckle. I need to ask. A tia, Maria, Coke, lime juice, no ice, Black Russian, a pint of Black Russian. There you go. Is there a wager on the game, Saphodimus? We need to know these things. Bloody hell. Very bright out there. It looks like it would have been a very nice afternoon down by the beach. You don't get the Edge Hill reference either. Did you not live in the city? You don't know the meaning of the phrase get off at Edge Hill? Terrible behaviour. Saf's putting his socks and shoes on the line. Oh, Ali and Angie are whispering. Conspiratorially. Now come on, how many streams you want to hear the word conspiratorially used? You did indeed look fabulous. Hang on, why's my phone pinged? You were in Tuebrook. You have my sympathies. Last time I was in Tuebrook, not the last time, the time before the last time. That was when we got offered half a sheep, I think it was, wasn't it? some lad come in selling trackies and deodorants and stuff like that. And said, "What's it? Do you want to buy? Do you want to buy any jars of coffee, deodorants? No. What else have you got? Got half a sheep if you want one, lad." What the fuck would I want half a sheep? Where would you keep it? How would you get it home? Barkeep, Jinxie Jungle Juice coming up. It's coming up. Angie's got her eyes closed, but also past Ali the Dart, so be careful. Needs to cool down in here, lad. It's too much. Got to go to court tomorrow. Pain in the arse, hasn't it? Do they have a niche for recipe texts in Tuberuch? Yep, the Tuberuch Cookbook Nuch, which is could be behind me there. I'll put a shelf up with Tuberuch cookbooks. Have a look at the Tuberuch Cookbook Nuch. Like a starfish. Be careful being like a starfish. We know what happened the other night. The sun set 4 hours ago there. The sun never sets on Mother Africa. Come on. Never sets. Except it does, no matter how big it is, it does, obviously. It's annoyed me that, I've been to Tenerife, which is... It never sounds the most attractive of places to go, or, it's not up there in the pantheon of great places, but it's just across the road from Africa. It's that far away on the globe. And I never got to go to Africa. I'd love to just set foot on there and say I've been, and then get back on a boat or something. We'll have to do that at some point. If I have a holiday in Spain, just go on a day trip to Morocco or something daft. You know nothing, you're from Offaly. You must know something. It's an awfully interesting place. Oh.
It's going up, 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 it's there.
Saf levelled up, fantastic, well in. Level 18, man. You play your cards right, you might end up as Ariel's bra cup as a starfish. Oof. Painful. You've been to Tenerife and never thought of going to Africa. It is, if you have a look on the globe. It's like that far away. And even more weird is, oh, hang on.
It's going up, 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 it's there.
Thomas as well. Level 8, get in there. Also is weird. Brazil and Africa are not that far apart. You think they are, but they're not. If you can go as far as you can east, and I can't remember where it is in Brazil. I should know the name of the place really. And then have a look. I think it's Senegal, west coast of Africa. It's not that far. It's about 2,000 miles, which is, it's not that far at all, really. You think it's miles across the Atlantic because of what it is between the UK and, like, America. It's not. It's pretty close. Oh, what an atmosphere. I love a party with a happy atmosphere. Bit of Russ Abbott. There we go. As the Prodigy Outer Space plays. I was thinking the other day, there's loads of AI stuff, isn't there? I wonder, could I use AI to make Russ Abbott sing Joy Division's Atmosphere, or alternatively, Joy Division doing a cover version of Russ Abbott's Atmosphere? I wonder if that's at all possible. Could that be done? Should that be done? Will that be done? Sure, the smell right now. Check it's the dogs, and if not, go and get yourself out on the grass, drag yourself along out there. Everyone's levelling up except you. Man, that you're so far ahead, it's ridiculous. Don't worry about levelling up. The mountain ranges in Brazil and Chile are the same composition and age as Table Mountain. Chilean penguins are very closely related to the African penguin. That's because Africa and South America used to be connected. And if you have a look at them and push them together and squeeze them in, they fit together very nicely. We all came from one place called Pangaea before all the tectonic plates started moving, and we will eventually at some point in the very, very long future smash into each other yet again before then disappearing into different... We could end up with what is now Antarctica could be where Africa is. We could end up with India being where Australia is. Could just get smashed up all over the place. Would be muy interesante. Mandy could do that, the computer wizardess, she could. And how'd you get on tonight at Fat Club? First rule of Fat Club, don't talk about Fat Club. Yeah, window open. Or maybe that's where it's coming from in the first place. Ali's whispered already. Saf, be prepared. Your socks and shoes are about to go. Have I heard the I ruined it stuff? I think I've heard one or two of them. And I can't remember which ones they were. I have definitely heard something. I would recognise the name. I ruined it. Yeah. Steve, you don't care if you level up. Just being here, isn't it? That's all that matters, being here. No Chub Club tonight. Keep an eye on your mum this week and half of next. That's fair enough. You don't have to tech for AI stuff. All your snacks are created on notes in gallery. I, on the other hand, have tech coming out of my ears. Because I'm an absolute knob. Is the hot tub open tonight? It is indeed, and the sun's still out. Actually, they theorised that penguins actually travelled between Antarctica and Chile. Some got thrown off course and settled along Cape Town and Namibia. Liked it so much, they bought beachside property. You got your own spirit level, of course. You don't need to level up, just make sure everything is level. That's the thing, isn't it? You know, the only spirit level I've got, genuinely, is I've got a camera tripod, and it's got two little spirit level-y bubbles, so you can see whether or not the camera's straight. That is literally the only one I've got. Nothing else. So you can see it's a foreign language to you. Keep it that way, otherwise you'll end up just spending your entire life pissing about. I know I do. I have spent so much time on Canva, it's ridiculous. Steve, you don't need any incentives, do you, to come to the pause? Of course you don't. Just get here. I don't care how you get here, just get here if you can. Right, well, Angie's getting behind the bar as well now. She said she was going to do a shift, so there you go. You can work the next one. When is the solstice? It is Friday, 21st. The longest day. OnlyFins update. Oh, bring it on, mom. What you need rubbing. Man, you've got lots of spirit levels. You've got plenty of spirit, you have. Oh, and levels of it. And the monitors are gone off again, even though I fixed that the other day. It's obviously there's something. I'm gonna take everything out again and put it back in. Just doing it again. What the fuck's going on? Not even touching anything. Bleeding useless. Is Canva like the new publisher? It is, and it's free, unless you pay for it. You get all the extras that come with it. You can do loads more with the paid version, but the free one I've used for the last year and a bit. It is fantastic. All the stuff that you see on here is normally done in Canva. AI, Canva, and what else? CapCut for doing editing and what have you. Brilliant. Jinxie, you need your feet, neck and shoulders doing. There you go, Steve. Get on it. The Crevensis are once again doing a naughty dance. Ooh, go on. Does that mean we're going to be a fish stream uncles and aunties? We are, aren't we? Are the fish in the tank now? Missing the footy to open the pub, hand in your bloke card, you absolute fraud. Jeff, that's disgusting behaviour. You don't have to be all blokeified and repulsive like that. Chill, man. Spending lots of time with mum can be stressful. I'm assuming it can be very, very stressful for her, Jackie. I really can. Your credences are insatiable. Steve's got huge hands and they're quite rough. It's alright, I think our Jackie will like that, to be honest, yeah. There you go, Steve. More. How'd you like it? You still haven't decided on your safe word? I think I've changed mine to Kindercarnavals 8 voorberedigen. Or one of those mad long German ones. I know I'm right. Problem is they're not laying eggs. They should have free swimming fry by now. Using some sort of contraceptive. Sneaky bastards, that's what they are. Or maybe, just maybe, the male fish is getting off at Edge Hill. Maybe that's what he's doing. Hint, hint. How often did he mate? Any time that he can. Villa are in for Dobbin. What? And we're trying to say Irug Benu, aren't we? Or his name is from Villa. So this is what's going to happen now between loads of the clubs who are not in the Sky Six. Every one of us is going to take one of our young players who's come through the system. You give us 20 million for him, we'll give you 20 million for him. It's not going to be a swap. Both times it's going to be a sale. And then both of you can put that down on FIFA Fair Play or PSR or whatever it's called, PRS. That's Performing Rights Society, PSR. Everyone's going to start doing it. Just sell one of your youth coming through to one of your mates in the league. We'll get round it that way. Ireg Bonu, it is, isn't it? Yeah, Dobbin. Maybe they're eating the eggs. Is that what they do? You don't get it, Edge Hill. Put it this way, Edge Hill is the last station before you get to Lime Street. So if you get off just before you reach your final destination, you don't quite make it all the way. Ali's got Irish words for you. The female's been a bit more violent recently and actually nipping his fins. No tea. Yeah, thought dolphins were the only ones that did it just for a little bit of fun. Dolphins are naughty, aren't they? They get up to all kinds of stuff. The Athletic just notified you. I don't subscribe to that that particular publication. Let's have a look. There you go, yeah. Aston Villa in for Everton's Lewis Dobbin. Two clubs have held positive talks over a deal for the young winger. Oh, and then someone's just put it on there as well. Surely just a PSR work around this with Ireg Boonham coming to us. It is. That's exactly what it is. We'll sell you ours. You sell us yours. You don't do a swap, because if you did a swap, it wouldn't count as money. But now we can both say we've sold a player for 20 million and the PSR goes through the roof. Mad, innit? Premature. Almost, Jinxie, almost. It's to stop before you reach your final destination. What? To say please is murder toil. What? Does anyone want any drinks? Get your orders into our Anjay. I'm not watching the Euros either. Just in case you wanted to ask. Some tea and ginger nut biscuits. You are a ginger nut. So long, thanks for all the fish. Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, what a great series that was. The radio series, love it. Kirsty, how you doing? A fabulous cocktail for our Mandy. Louise, a hard liquor for Louise. Do we know anyone? Seen the pictures that you put up yesterday, Louise, on the RDA. That's redesigning the entire house, that, isn't it? Jeez. Jeez, Louise, yeah. Morsha de Hulle. Your language makes no sense. I repeat, your language makes no sense, man. Saf wants a hot choc refill. Get on it. Googled it. How does a French woman hold a liquor? by the ears. Straight in there. Our Ali's no longer the filthy one. She had the shower. It's like ladies' night all over again, this, isn't it? Yep. You wouldn't do that to him, Ali. Come on, come on. While you sit there with your little white cat going, ah, yes, Mr. Bond. We know this, we know this. This might happen again very soon. Jeez. Oh man. Don't know why I keep sneezing. I've took really, really strong antihistamines too. What have you missed? A bit of footy talk you missed it. Stroking a cat, yes, Saf. You can picture it, can't you? Bless you, Gesundheit, Donkey Sean. I did mute. Is the shoulders being muted? Is this still coming through? There's a big fucking... It says mute and there's a big red thing going through it to say it's muted. This should be muted. You shouldn't be able to hear any of this. Know what I mean? Do I need to redo that? I need to redo the mute button. That should be working. I pressed that first. What the fucking hell? Oh, terrible behaviour. Or... Right, so you heard me sneezing. Right, well then, in that case, I need to do a separate scene that just goes to that and no audio input whatsoever. Alright, fair enough. Steve, you couldn't hear. Apparently it was the sneeze that was heard all the way around the world. There we go. Yes, Kirsty, so far you've missed getting off a red Jill, sneezing, fat balls, fish check, sex, the bastard son of Dan Friedkin, Tubrook, Kook Nook Book, Kook Book Nook, Bets, AI, bear mascots. Yes, we have bear mascots. Steve's hands, big hands, spirit levels, 2 levelings up you have, yeah? You heard me sneezing, you heard me talking. I've been sneezed twice, so definitely that's right. The hat pops up when I sneeze and gently floats back down. A la Vic Reeves for some reason. It was very interesting so far. It's not the end of the world, it isn't. But it's annoying having things on a stream deck to work and then they don't work. I want to know why it's not working. I don't like things not working. I want to know why they don't. Hard liquor and a smile for our Louise. Good stuff. Here we go. That's the Bears Paws mascot for the footy while it's on. I like that. Steve's little finger is bigger than Helen's thumb. Because you're proper working hands, that's why, mate. Proper working hands. Kirsty, you still need to buy a book nook. A book nook, you do? A book nook for cookbooks. Have a look at the cookbook in the book nook. Could be worse. I am more Charles than Hawkeye. That's a MASH reference for those who don't know. Did you hear that? I didn't sneeze, by the way. But I've just found out why. I've just found out why that didn't work. This is also my work area for doing work. And when I did it and I pressed mute, it's muted my work headphones, even though they're not plugged in. No, you can't see it. That came up as being muted. That's why it's not muting this, it's muting that, even though nothing's plugged into that. So I need to find out why that is. Terrible behaviour, terrible. Just sent a video to the RDA to show the female cremences how to go to the male. Let's have a look. Oh, go ahead. Getting stuck in there. Terrible behaviour. You didn't hear me. That's because I didn't sneeze. That's why. I was testing you to see if you were lying. I didn't sneeze at all. But I just pressed button. Blame Jeff. I would blame Jeff. Drink of your choice. Who's Jeff? Jeff. Jeff. He's not on tonight, by the way. Just he wanted to say hello. Klinger or Klingon. Klinger. Even though she's smaller, she's one feisty fish. Have you called her Ali? Small but feisty. But that's confusing. I don't know why that's worked that way. Why has it done that? Shall we press buttons live? We could. Let's have a look. Right, we'll try another one. That's why the device, it's the wrong device. I don't want that device. I'm going to go back and change this. I'm going to press buttons while we're live on air and see if I can fix it. How's that? How is that? Specific invoice. Input. Vault 1. Right, we're going to test something out. We are going to test something out. Did that work? Could you hear what I was saying? Ali's bark is worse than a bite. So far. It's her fault for wearing pink, of course. It's not pink. It was petrol blue she was wearing. Kirsty gets an Angie special cocktail and a hug. Oh. Jackie, people don't say that about you because your bite is far worse than your bark. We know that. Refresh on the hot shock. How many more times am I planning on sneezing? Louise, I never planned on sneezing once, but it happened twice. You know, people don't plan on sneezing. One does not simply plan on sneezing. Oh, my song's on, there you go. Oh, what an atmosphere. Out of a party, but yeah. We need more buckets of llama piss for the tie-dyers. Pip, get on it, get on it. Get on those, go and milk those llamas for piss. Big Angus Gunn, he's having a great game. The hot tub is lovely, relaxing. So, is the mute working now or not? Or was it still, could you still hear what I was saying then? Because I think I fixed it. I think I fixed it. I hope I did anyway. I hate not knowing. I just fucking hate not knowing. Jinxie, you bite nice unless you're feeling it. So, if you start feeling it. Yeah, Pip's here, look out for the midgets. You couldn't hear a thing. Brilliant, it is now fixed. They should be in the pen Kirsty and Ali built. They should be. Should be. Bit of Norman Collier. Bloody hell, Norman Collier. That's one from the past, that, mate. Joey, how you doing, bud? 4:20 on the east coast of the USA. Faux 20. Faux. doesn't quite work here because we have 2204, don't we? You weren't looking. Was I muted? I was. Hopefully it's worked. When I had a look at the Stream Deck mute, it gives you a drop down of things to do it on. Last time I was doing it, it was trying to mute something that's not even plugged in. So now I've changed it to the thing that is plugged in. Hopefully that'll be sound. Know what I mean? Angie's spooning hot chocolate and feeding Saf marshmallows. Very nice, very nice. Jinxie and Ali are in the hot tub. Living La Vida local. And I'm trying to fix things on the fly because my bleed needs it. You could have an Irish sandwich. Sounds painful, to be honest with you. Followed by an Irish mixed grill, you know, boiled potatoes, roasties, chips, mash. This is the 1970s talking. There's a lot of chicks. You should have been here last week. We had ladies' night. There was only me in here that was male. It was it got rather filthy, and it's all their fault. Nothing to do with me. It was just them. When left to their own devices, they probably would. Kirsty's in the book section, not getting involved in the hot tub. You can't go in the hot tub, can you? Because you get your fingers wet and you can't switch your book over. For fuck's sake, you can't turn a leaf in the book. Yeah, you've got north and south of Ireland in the hot tub. An Irish sandwich does sound dry, doesn't it? Have a crocodile sandwich and make it snappy. You can have a dad joke with that one. Joey's going to be the customs wall, yeah. Spend a lot of time at customs, there you go. Andrew's trying to keep up with the chat. I'm like that myself, normally. It's like watching The Matrix, just flying up and down, it's mad. Exactly, Kirsty, yeah. Can't have your fingers all wrinkled, otherwise you won't be able to turn the page. No good at all. Joe, you've been flirting in chat rooms for 29 years now, if you count AOL. Is that still a thing, AOL? I reckon that AOL disc is probably the biggest selling record in history. Everybody had one, didn't they? The entire world had an AOL disc somewhere in the house. Bit of wink wink go through. See, if you know the right people, you know the right people. There's somebody in the car park saying he'll show me the world's tallest midget if I give him a UID. This I need to see. This I need to see. Steve, you still got an AOL email account? Man. They were everywhere, weren't they? Absolutely everywhere. I think my first email account was with IC24. Yeah, Tricadelic at IC24.net it was. No idea where that was from. Strange. And then when you get an Android phone, you automatically have to get a Google account to be able to link into it. And when you do, that's when you get your YouTube account. So my YouTube account, my channel goes back to 2006. My first video I think was 2007 or 8, but I never really used it for anything like that, and I should have done. I might have learned something back then. Quid, yeah, not a UID, a quid. Bond with the lady friends more if you spend time in tits or TIT. You do. Get in there, lad. Get in. It was a bugger to make. Yeah, AOL America Online. It was bizarre. Ever since '97. Jeez. Proper old school. Remember IC24? I don't know where I got that from. I remember my mate, who's an absolute genius when it comes to computers. In fact, anything to do with electrics, he's a genius. He sorted out the computer for us, and I think he set it up for me. His name's Peter. Nobody's called him Peter for the last 40 years or so, because he looks like Jarvis Cocker. Everyone calls him Jav. Alright, Jav. Scotland hit the post. They normally hit the bar, don't they, the Scots? They will do afterwards. Oh, Ali. So Ali's got bee stings. No, there's only one gaffer. That's me. Saf, your first email account was hotmail.co.uk. Is that because you're a hotmail? Yep, I am the gaffer. Does anyone remember that show, The Gaffer? Selwyn Froggatt. They were showing that on some bizarre Sky channel last year, I think it was. It was nowhere near as funny as I remembered, unfortunately. Jinxie's not blessed there either, right? So you've got Tisn't. They own it, yep. The gaffer is the manager. That's why you hear football players talking about the gaffer. They talk about the coach or the manager, the person in charge. Yeah, you don't need to be extra bouncy to have a good time. You absolutely 100%. You have to use your imagination. Imagination works better than anything else, which is why any book that you read is always better than any film that you watch. Because nobody, no matter how good the director and the special effects people, no one can come up with anything as good as you can in your head. Especially when it comes to horror. Nobody knows what makes you frightened more than you do yourself. And that is a fact. Kirsty's getting a scran in for everyone. Bill Maynard, yeah. Selwyn Froggatt. Some of it was still funny, but I remember it being hilarious, and then I went back and watched it and it wasn't quite as good. Whereas, watching things like Ever Decreasing Circles, I watched that again for the first time. I think it was last year or something, and it was brilliant. I never remember it being particularly funny. But then again, when I first watched it, I was probably a teenager, and Ever Decreasing Circles is more about that heading towards middle age and how life just gets to you constantly. So when you're watching it when you're in your 50s, it makes far more sense. Burgers and sandwiches you can also get as crocodile and llama. Magic, alright, magic. Seth's going to rustle up some scran back in a few minutes. He's going out into the garden now to go and kill a wildebeest. Stick it on the thing. Where is it? Stick it on the barbecue when you get back. Hoo-yah! Who doesn't love a nice big hot dog with a nice cup of coffee? Grab a coffee, we'll talk. Now, it all depends on what you mean by big. That first time, the second time we went to LA, someone walked in the bar that we were in, eating a hot dog, and I'd never seen anything as big in my life. It looked like a fucking pole vaulter. It was massive. You can't possibly eat all that, and he did. Crazy thing, man. Book is always better. Of course it is. It's whatever's in your mind. Whatever you like the best and whatever you hate the best, you hate the worst, is all up there. So when you're trying to read something and it's trying to convey somewhere nice, you go to the back of your mind and you pick the nicest thing you can think of. Always better. And I say the same, especially with horror films. If you're reading a book that's a little bit scary, you make it 10 times worse in your mind. Always. Waiting for God is a fantastic comedy. That's on some channel on Sky at the moment. I'm not sure if it's That's TV or there's one on 190, channel 190, Rewind TV I think it's called. Is it on there? Or Yesterday. There's a few channels on Sky that are showing loads of old comedies. That's one of them, Waiting for God. I haven't seen that. I'll have to put that on this week, I think. We need a donut machine next to the barbecue. We need a donut machine. Everywhere needs one. We definitely need one. I'm going to have to make one. Jinxie, do you need to get out of the hot tub to pee? Do what us posh people do. Piss in a sponge and wring it out in the sink. The midgets have organised a Ram It Ray competition. 3-door choice. They're mad, them, aren't they? I need to spend more time with them guys. They sound great fun. Yeah, you have to ask Ali if you want to pee in a tub, just in case. Rule number 3, don't pee in a tub. There's a bucket. Is that the best we can do in this glorious, glorious pub that we have? A bucket. Sure, we can do better than a bucket. Come on. Carrie, the film was disappointing compared to the book. I'm convinced nothing at all can ever compare to what's in your head. Definitely not. Yeah, we're not peeing in a bucket. We can do better than that. All of the fluids is okay in the hot tub. As long as somebody cleans it out afterwards and no black lights in there. We don't want CSI Miami turning up, seeing what's going on in there. Yeah, rule number 1. What happens in the tub stays in the tub. 8-foot radius. Be very careful what you spill around there. The toilets are being occupied at the moment. All Ali's lips are sealed. You must have sat down too quick. 8-foot radius, by the way, sounds a great name for a band. I'd go and watch 8-foot radius. Who wouldn't go and watch 8-foot radius? They sound like they play Lollapalooza or something. Fake tan's the worst thing for a hot tub. Stop wearing it then, Steve. Stop wearing it. Fake tan's bloody awful. When I drop my daughter off in town of a weekend, you can see the girls. Their faces are slightly tanned, and their arms and their hands are brown and orange. It's awful. Repulsive stuff. 2 doors are solid and 1 is painted paper. Choices A, B and C, and your midget runs head down with a bash hat on. You need to watch this. You need to watch it. The eyes never lie. They never lie. 8-foot radius are definitely on the peel stage at Glasgow, aren't they? On the Sunday. That's got to be a band name. It has to be. Joey, no worries, mate. A real world shower. 5 minutes in this chat and everyone needs a shower, don't they? It feels filthy. Filthy. Fake tan won't make a difference. You still get cremated in the heat, Ali. Yep. You don't need fake tan. You need a boiler suit and a balaclava to protect yourself. It does sound very Japanese game show, doesn't it? That's the kind of thing they love over there. They love it. I love it. Dankjewel, Peroni. I know they're not Dutch. It probably is. If you think of anything that sounds remotely crazy, the Japanese have done a game show about it. Oh, speaking of Japanese, I did something else earlier on. Something else AI related. Where is it? While I was trying to sort out the bear. How boss is that? Isn't that a fantastic picture? I wouldn't mind living there. Mountains, cherry blossoms, gorgeous still lake. Very nice. I mean, I'd love to be able to paint like you do, Angie. I'd love to be able to paint like anyone does. The only thing I can do is I can get the emulsion on the ceiling, but I'm no good at drawing, unfortunately. But AI is given the opportunity to be able to do some artwork for, me channel and things. So at least I can do a little bit like that. But it's lovely, isn't it? Yeah, it is a very Takeshi's Castle. That is some strangely bizarre shit they do. What's the other one called? Do you ever remember Banzai? Banzai was absolutely insane. They had one of the things on there was they had 4 coffins. 3 people were alive, but 1 person was actually dead, and you had to pick who was the stiff. You couldn't get away with that now, could you? Channel 4. Pick the correct dead person. Mad shit, man. Children's UK Saturday morning with Ant and Dec and Cat Dealey. I prefer the older one, Trev and Simon, who both follow me on Twitter. Trev and Simon. Good lads, them two. Craig Charles narrated it. Craig Charles is involved in all kinds on there now, isn't he? He's doing loads of UFO conspiracies on their TV. Weather update is now 11 degrees. Man. What are we now? Seems like it's still daylight here. Ooh. Well, we're now 15 and it's saying it's raining. It's not yet, but it will do, by the look of it. That came from nowhere. Don't blame it on the sunshine. Don't blame it on the moonlight. Don't blame it on the good times. Blame it on kabaddi, 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 kabaddi. You're like OG Ninja Warrior. Proper old school. Trev and Simon, brilliant. Swing your pants. I love them. I used to talk to them all the time on Twitter as well. Thomas, it's your turn in the tub. Be careful with the 2 lunatic Irish. You know what they're like. You're referring to Ramit Ray being an actual game on their show. I can't remember watching it, to be honest. I think I was a little bit older at that point. I was doing something else on Saturday mornings. Or was that around the same time when Soccer AM was decent? Otherwise, why didn't I watch it? I remember seeing some of it, but never used to watch it. Ant and Dec. Very odd. Kirsty, you're off. No worries. See you soon. Triple Threat Thomas sounds very much like a WWF wrestler. Not WWE. Old school WWF. I went to watch some WWF wrestling. It was just two panda bears hugging. Bad job, yeah. Ducking and a diving, wheeling and a dealing. Love it. They were brilliant. Ted and Eddie Kennedy. We don't do duvets. Wonky Donkey. I remember that, yeah. I have seen it, definitely. What was the other one that came after that? With Stephen Mulhern. They had Mr. Lee, Mr. Lee. Mr. Lee, Mr. Lee, Mr. Lee. But again, Saturday mornings I'd be getting ready to go to the match, or I'd be doing something else. Or I'd be in pub. I'd be in pub on bows. Not giving bows to baby. Be careful sitting in the middle of them two. Am I allowed to dad joke myself? Yeah. I always dad joke myself. That's part and parcel. And for Father's Day, my daughter got me not only the Taxi Dad t-shirt, she also got me... Oh,
it's going up, 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 it's there.
She also got me a card, a Father's Day card, which is full of dad jokes. Really good ones as well. Did you hear about the crab that went to a party? Pulled a muscle. There you go. We can dad joke all night long. A bit like Lionel Richie. I've got problems with Lionel Richie. I've got severe issues with him. So I'm easy like Sunday morning. He's obviously never been out in Liverpool on a Saturday night, has he? Dickhead. Sunday mornings are never easy. Can someone watch the bar for you? Got to go to the wench's room. Be right back, of course. No problem, Angie. I will keep an eye on it for you. Sorry, on the bar for you. You go shake your lettuce, girl. Yeah, I need to bring those dad jokes in, won't I? Read them out to you. I will do at some point. Thomas, your hands are so soft. They're like butter. Your nails are like butter. Be careful where you're putting those hands. As you're watching, you are honestly washing dishes with fairy liquid, that's why, yeah. Now your hands that does dishes can feel as soft as your face with mild green fairy liquid. If dolphins are intelligent, do you think you could train them to play the theme tune to Dallas with a kazoo through their blowholes? I think you could, you know. I think they've got a good sense of timing, melody, the lot. Steve, you normally hear Don't Ladder Me Tights. Helen? Is that you, is it? Do you wear tights, Steve? This is not a stupid question, by the way. My uncle used to work on building sites, and during the winter, to stay warm, they all wore tights underneath the clobber to keep them warm. Literally everyone. The entire building site was wearing tights. So occasionally someone would go to the corner shop and people ask, what size tights, what colour, what denier? Doesn't matter, just gives a pair of tights. I'll need them for in the morning. What, you? Make more bubbles, yeah. Probably do the match of the day theme. They could. Sorry, Mandy. Red card for you in a minute. Let us know if you want to bring up something football related. It's completely out of order. They could. Anyone can do match of the day on a kazoo. Your year 5 school teacher, Mr. Hipkiss, fine blue, had a joke about a wild green hairy lip squid. I remember that. Now, that does dishes, don't be soft, eat your place. Not that's my green hairy lip squid. That's the end of the joke, isn't it? I'm not sure if Mr. Hipkiss worked in our place as well, but we got that one. Anybody got a spare smoke? Smoking a pancake? Ali's getting done for assault and battery by the look of it. You don't feel a cold. You're always taught if you're cold, work harder. Ooh, I like your style, Steve. I like your style, mate. Is that like anybody on the job? I'm cold. You're cold. You can't be working hard enough. Dock him half a day's pay. Harsh but fair. See if Joey's left any behind. Yeah, there might be some there. Hands that does dishes, that's it. Don't be soft, eat your place. That's my green hairy lip squid. That battery is identifying as washing up liquid. Well, you can identify as anything you want these days, so why not? Does anyone... God, fucking hell, I can't speak English. What is wrong with me? That was it, yeah, head. Does anybody else have any problems with fairy liquid at the moment? No matter how little you put into the water, everything ends up just tasting of fairy liquid for days afterwards. Rinse it off, within seconds of washing, it's still just, I don't know, mad. It hangs around. I wonder what was going on there. 2 foreign gentlemen walking past. They walk with the hands behind the back. Does anyone else do that? Normally foreign dudes do, don't they? Don't know why that is. It looks cool as well. I might start doing that more often, apart from the fact that I can't because I can't move my left hand. Saf, yeah, big court date tomorrow, got me. Good luck. See you later. Get your head down. See you in the morning. It was Hans that worked in the kitchen and did dishes. He wanted to be as daft or as soft as the chef Gervais. Bit convoluted for a bunch of 9-year-olds. Yeah, for us, the my green hairy lip squid was what he wanted to eat, but instead he had to eat his place, which is why that's where that part of it came. Now, Hans that does dishes, don't be soft, eat your place. That's my green hairy lip squid, not yours. But it's the same joke, very, very convoluted. Busies 30 years ago. We don't like busies here, mate. We don't like busies. Well, I've played footy with quite a few of them, and against quite a few of them. They are very, very naughty people. Right, well, if it's a bastard you're sending to prison, no mercy needed. Sweep the leg, no mercy. Yep, same but a different version. It must be one of those things. It must be a teacher's joke. It's got to be a teacher's joke. That was just spread around between them. The same as, alright lads, have you got any felt tips? Yeah. You might go and see a doctor then. Our teacher who said that had the Scottish accent, by the way. Chris Woods is on the Scottish Scottish coaching team as the goalkeeping coach. No wonder they're getting beat. They're not getting beat, are they? Let me look. Are they getting beat? They're not getting beat, but no. Yeah, Chris Woods. Fucking hell, he was shite. He was on our coaching team as well for a while. Used to be a DJ on the radio who told a story. They had to guess the song title I referred to. You can only remember the I sicken that emulsion was one answer. That sounds like the kind of thing I'd like. Do you ever remember Mark and Lard when you were on Radio 1? When you used to have like Vinyl Corner. There was one of them was supposed to be a real serious vinyl collector, and every week it was just an opportunity to put absolute unexpurgated filth on the radio. They did Mull of Kintyre, but when they did it there was loads of pops and scratches in it, so I kept saying Mull of Kintyre. Just an opportunity to put fucking on the radio during the day. Disgraceful behaviour. Funny though. Yeah, the Sailor Book Festival go through the roof. You know, the Scottish fans do like a bevy, don't they? They are a fan. You had shared books in the school, so a set of books the classes would use at different times, like atlases, yeah. When you come back from collecting them, Mr. Hipkiss would have the class singing He's Got the Whole World in His Hands. Actually sounds like Mr. Hipkiss was a decent kind of teacher that you can get on board with. Chris Woods played for you in the 80s. Yeah, I remember that. I think he was our goalkeeping coach in, was it the 90s or the 2000s? Had no business being there. Decent keeper in his day, but Alan Kelly's still involved with the goalkeeping coach setup. Very, very good keeper as well. We got linked to him so many times. Seemed to be every year we needed a goalkeeper. Alan Kelly was linked. Never signed for us and then ended up being the goalkeeping coach instead. Woods worked under Moyes. Was that what it is? Yeah. Right, so that would have been... When did Moyes leave? Was it 2012-ish? The official statement put up by the German police was to smoke more weed and drink less beer to prevent violence. That worked, didn't it? Remember the Euros when it was done in Netherlands and Belgium? All the games that were in the Netherlands, people were going to cafes and getting chilled out before the matches, and there was no trouble at all. In Belgium, they were all drinking Stella, and there was murder everywhere. The kids still have to sit cross-legged on the floor for school assembly. And if they're a bit naughty, they still get the hand on head, finger on lips. Is it too late for crisps? Never too late, never too late, never too late. You can have some cheesy moments. Bacon fries or scampi fries. Devil's Dinner. Ninja Crisp. Jeff's Nuts. Big Jeff's Nuts, which looks a bit... Hang on. Pringles if you want them. Some knickknacks. Or if you want Jaffa cakes, you can have them. We have lots of snacks. Lots of snacks available. Would we take Moyes? I personally would. I think we were better off with him, and we would have been better off with him. Would have been playing better football than we are now. But fair play to Deitch. Kept us up in remarkable circumstances this year. Angie's back. Back again. Angie's back, Angie's back, Angie's back. Thomas, you've polished off chicken shawarma crisps from the Co-op tonight. I didn't even know they were such a thing. Although, yeah, I don't need them. We had chicken madras earlier on. Chicken madras, lad. It was sound. It was fit. is it considered cruel and unusual punishment? We live in the UK. Living in the UK is cruel and unusual punishment at the moment. 1-1 full time. Does that mean... I haven't seen the tables. They can still go through Scotland, can't they, if they win the last game? Jackie, you used to have to do that in school assembly all those years ago. Yeah, not a massive Dyche fan here either. Yeah, it's done a great stabilising job. The only thing I said at the time was we had this a few years ago when we had Sam fucking Allardyce as manager, and we never learned the lesson. He kept us up. We then went and got someone else, and then a few years later we had to bring Dyche in to do the same thing. There needs to be forward planning, proper forward planning. I'd have happily have gone down and got Marcelo Bielsa because he wanted to work with the youth teams. Just get relegated, get out the limelight, get out the pressure, fix the club from bottom upwards, bring them back up and start winning games and winning things. As it is, it just seems to be the same 5-year cycle. Bring some shit manager in to keep you up. Try a couple of untested managers, struggle, spend loads of money paying them off, bring another. The next one's going to be, I don't know, Steve Bruce will come in about 5 years' time to keep us up. It's always the same bleeding thing. Yeah, West Ham's going to have to wait and see if getting rid of Moyes was a good thing or not. Is it Lopetegui that you've got? He looks a good manager. Even in this league, he looks a good manager. But Moyes winning the Europa, was it the Conference or Europa League? Whichever one he did. Absolutely incredible. And the kind of night that West Ham fans will remember for the rest of their lives. I think he's a really good manager and a strong manager. West Ham have not looked like they're in any kind of trouble over the last few years. He's just come in and went, right, we don't get beat, and then we'll move it on from there and start playing decent football. Yeah, until you're old enough to sit on the benches at the back. That's when you knew you'd gone up a level. Long wooden benches, yep. Summer special, they have all the sauces flavour. Angie, were you in time to see Jeff's big nuts? Yeah, benches sat by the apparatus. It's Co-op. Co-op's brand is their own stuff. Good stuff. I have to try that. The Bruce Warnock Pardew days are gone. They had to be gone. It was just the same jobs for the boys all the time. Just that constant revolving door of the same managers permanently. He'd do a job for us. I'm sick of hearing that. He'd do a job for us. Don't want someone doing a job for us. I want someone fixing this shite. The swing out apparatus, or apparatus depending on where you're from. Yeah, I'd have been all in on Bielsa. Do it. Go. It's like I don't know, playing cards, isn't it? Just bet everything and see what happens. The other person could crack. I reckon Bielsa would do that for us. It would be glorious. Leeds loved it. They went down and yet they're still singing his name because it was brilliant. It was positive, just for a couple of years. You did shed a tear. It's been a long wait. I know exactly what you mean with that. Those are the kind of nights that finishing mid-table is great because you don't have to worry about looking behind you, but you don't get the same glory as you do when you win things. Those are the ones that stick in the mind. Beating Southampton on the last day of the season to stay up doesn't stay in anybody's mind. But seeing your captain lift a trophy, and especially if you're there as well with all your mates, just nothing better. I was lucky enough to see us win the league twice. Actually be there to watch us lift the trophy. The FA Cup once. I wasn't in the UK for the 84 final, but I was there at 95. I was in the Netherlands just before the 85 Europa Cup Winners' Cup final, but then we had to move back to England just before it started. Mad thing. Horrible. Yeah, did he do the apparatus in the school, jump over the horse and everything? Did he still do that? I don't think he do. I think that was our day. You were quite intrigued by Jeff's nuts. Mandy had a lot of fun with Jeff's nuts. Trembling with anticipation. Jeff's big nuts like Android mints, they're curiously strong, yeah. You'd take the Papa John's paint FA Rumbelows vase with Bielsa. It'd be boss, wouldn't it? Just be fantastic. You saw the 95 Charity Shield win. I was there in 95 for the cup final. Me and the lads went down for the weekend. And we stayed in Sussex Gardens in the West End. And everybody that was there, all the Chelsea fans, all the QPR, we've seen some Arsenal, some Spurs, all coming to buy us drinks for beating Man United. We had a very good weekend. Loved that. Stayed in a place called Sass House, which was run by some lunatic Spanish woman. Your breakfast in the morning. Toss, cereal, obreros. Best have the fucking toast then, girl, yeah? Aberystwyth Town were in the Mid Wales Floodlit Cup in about 2006. I wonder if my mate was playing for him at the time. Stephen Dwyer. Beefy. He played for him for a while. Louise, you went to the old Wembley for the Sherpa Van Trophy final. Isn't the old Wembley? Oh man, I've been to both. I went to the 2009 semi-final against Man United when we beat them on penalties. What a lovely stadium it is, but old Wembley is something else. And the original Twin Towers, when they brought them down, they knocked the Twin Towers down before 9/11. We always thought the Twin Towers coming down was Wembley being demolished, and then all of a sudden it wasn't anymore. Mad. Proper old school Sherpa Van Trophy. Who did you play in that one, in the final? I think we could make a few bob by using the midgets and broomsticks for some table football. I would pay for that. I would pay for it. Well, it's 5 past. Yeah. We are indeed having a lock-in. Thanks, Mandy. By the way, feed the birds. Tuppence a bag. Old Wembley for the Charity Shield. Yeah, it would have been, wouldn't it? 95. New Wembley for the 2 semi-finals that we don't talk about. Yeah, we don't talk about them. The 2009 was great. Wolves, Steve Bull scored. Of course he did. When did he not score for them? Jeez, what a player he was. Although, how did he ever play for England? Surprising. Do I know you don't think so? Well, he was there for a while at some point. Aniran Thomas, Aniran. Is it Aniran? We'll be owning it Aniran Nye. Aniran. With his building business advertising the programme. Very nice. Glendower, Paddy Hughes, great Abertown winger. With a great name. We need more Welsh names. 2006, yeah, and that poxy strike by Gerrard. From 9 miles out, wasn't it? He was their equaliser constantly, wasn't he? Just whenever they were struggling, Gerrard would turn up with a wonder strike from 6 miles out. Aneurin, your dad's name. And I always get it wrong for some reason. But I've been speaking, well, I don't speak Welsh. I've been speaking languages where that would just be completely different. So it's difficult to get my head around. That would be Aneurin for the languages that I speak. But yeah, Aneurin. Your dad's name. Papamand. Yeah, your only semi-final was against us at Villa Park. It did get overshadowed. And the people that were there, even from our side, who said they were buzzing and bouncing on the train when they got off at Lime Street, you could tell something bad had happened, just the atmosphere. There was no celebrating that day. Louise is older than she looks. With a leather pants on. We remember that. Steve's the opposite. What's me Eskimo throat singing like? Am I right? Inuit. Thought I was going to sneeze again then. I managed to avoid it. Or an Aaron, depending on what you're talking to. Is a slightly different clans in Wales with slightly different pronunciations. An Iron. I'm going to have to remember that. And I should do, because Nye Bevan is an Iron Bevan, obviously. That's where it comes from. They haven't just made up his little nicknamey thing, have they? Remind me of that, Mandy. Remind me. Oh, man. My arm's sore today. I had a Voltarol on the knee because that's still sore, but my arm's been really painful. Steve, you're trying to decide whether to go fishing in 6 hours' time. What? Oh, 4 o'clock in the bloody morning. What kind of fishing is it? Sea fishing? Pond, lake, river? Might be nice though. The weather might be good for you. Oh, it looks like I'm missing an absolutely fantastic sky. That looks like it's proper peach and red. Missed one tonight. Your dad was an Iron in Wales and Trevor in England. But was he claiming Dole for both? That's what you want to see. Spinning for bass on the coast. Very, very nice. I'd go and do it, mate, I would. Genuinely. Get yourself out there. Get yourself pulling those big bass. They're big bass bastards. Says me. I never go fishing. Never liked it. Never liked the idea. I went with my dad in the Netherlands once. Him and his uncle rather just spent the time drinking, to be honest. And the first thing I tried to catch, it started squirming in my hand. Oh, I don't like it. Don't like it. It's all about the bass, no treble. Yep. Is it the summer solstice tomorrow? It's on Friday. It should be the 21st. If the Druids knock it back like last year, they're going to drink us dry. Ali, you had a call. What did you miss? Nothing. We were just marking time till you got back. Don't worry about that. Yeah, you can have a nana nap in the afternoon. Get yourself out there. Get yourself out on amongst the big breakers, catching all kinds of stuff. Pick up some chroma crab as well while you're there. stock up on them. A lot of footy talk, so nothing. It wasn't just footy talk. We were talking about revolution. Go ahead, Ali. You can jump behind. Angie's done a big shift there. We were talking about the apparatus or the apparatus in school. Did you sit on the floor for assembly? Or did you sit on the long bench by the apparatus? England play at 5. You don't want to sleep through it. Is that 5 tomorrow, is it? I haven't even looked. Thursday. It's only, oh no, Slovenia against Serbia in the nobody knows where the bleeding hell they are derby. Denmark versus England at 5, yeah. On the Beeb. On the Beeb. Right, well, I'm going to have to do that, aren't I? I'm going to have to do a stream for that one tomorrow. Whether I like it or not. So, I'm up early in the morning because Jess is going into work early, so I might start work early and I can just jump straight on at 5. There you go. How's that? Spain against Italy at 8. I can't do that one because I will be driving. I've got to take my dad to the pub. Had a jab for it. We need more jabs, man. Do you eat what you catch? Do you catch what you eat? Pip, you're leading your Euro Dream Team division. Get in, lad. Get in. Accordia. Who are we playing? We are playing Denmark. Tomorrow. So, let's have a look. Is this the first one? Is it? Let's have a look. Let's see if we can do this. It is. It's the first game. I can get the flags out. England against Denmark. There you go. They don't show up very well, do they? Kirsty's got a live stream at 7, not a problem. 5 till 7, it should be finished by then, and then everyone just jumps straight off and onto Kirsty's stream. Brilliant. How's that for timing? Right, there's a catch and release for bass. I think you can take 1 a week for the pan. And it's also got to be a right size. If you got to measure them before you can take them. Yorks versus Lancashire tomorrow as well. Go on the Lightning. Fun with flags. Okay, Sheldon. Right. No, I haven't watched Thingy with. I know Sheldon is. Don't really watch that programme or any of the programmes with him in. Did I rob the flags from outside the embassy? Is that the chippy? The embassy chippy? Now, I ordered these, and then all of a sudden, there's about another 6 or 7 on the back of the bleeding on there on the wardrobe, so I need to order some more. I thought rather than struggling to stick them on there, I might be able to put them on the end here so you can actually see them. But it doesn't really work well, does it? That's what happens when you've got a very expensive lens on a camera to give you that beautiful bokeh background. Stick them on the bonnet and call myself a football ambassador. I could do that. Could also occasionally just have all the flags behind me flash up on the screen. So we're repping the flags. You'll be late for Kirsty's live stream. I think Kirsty will be the same. As long as you turn up at some point, she'll appreciate that. 35 centimetres long limit on bass. Right. Let's have a look how big that is. Well, it's bigger than this for a start. Bigger than that. Way bigger than that. So they've got to be a decent size, otherwise you're not allowing them to get to adulthood, are you? Where they can procreate and give us more fish. Fish responsibly. Anyone want a Bearview lad? Mandy wants anything without orange juice. Thomas wants something long, cool and ginger. Well, 2 out of 3 ain't bad. 13 and a bit inches, yeah. 35 centimetres, isn't it? Yeah. That's a fairly big fish, like, isn't it? But I suppose if you're dealing with bass, they are massive, aren't they? They get pretty big, so you've got to let them live to a certain length. Otherwise, you won't have any more left. Thought you weren't allowed England flags on cars now. You're not. Otherwise, they'll put you in jail. Is it health and safety? Is it something to do? I don't know. It's no big deal, is it, having flags on cars? It looks fucking stupid, like, but if that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do. Who knew you needed a ruler for fishing? You do. There's lots of fishermen go out with not just rulers, but also what are those things called? Like pincers. So when you're catching things like lobsters, they've got to be a certain size, a certain width, length and width. You've got to be able to check them, otherwise you've got to throw them back so that you can live another day and hopefully give birth to lots of little baby fishies and lobsters. You've seen them locally, the flags. Yeah, but was it Matt Letizia who told you, or was it Stuart Lee? Gage, that's what I'm looking for, Steve, thank you. Thank you for the tech wizard. Fucking Gage, it is a Gage, isn't it? Oh, and just like that.
It's going up, 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 it's there.
Gage took you to level 21. Get in there. They do, don't they? I've seen a lot of fishing stuff on TV. Where you're catching them, you've got to check, you've got to throw them back, otherwise make sure they get an opportunity to have babies. We need more fishies. Loads more fishies. Otherwise, the sea's going to be barren, man. Can't have a barren sea. Well, you can if you go between Alaska and Russia. No, that's the Barents Sea, innit? 21 again, Steve. Would you like to be 21 again? I don't think I would. I wouldn't mind being 39, I think. Permanently 39. But, nah. Although, your 40s is a good decade. I can't really say much about the 50s, so I'm only just into it, aren't I, really? But yeah, 21, I don't think I could. I don't think I could. It's not great, is it? Yeah, Helen, would you like a drink? Would you like one? On the house, of course, for our Norfolk correspondent. I have to remember as well tomorrow to try and fix that. That's the little holes that they go into. But when you put them in, they're too loose. I've tried putting bits of paper around them, but it doesn't work. Blue tack doesn't work in the little holes either. I have got sticky back plastic, which I think might work better. So they stick in, they don't move. Either that, or because they're made of plastic, I'll just get a lighter and I'll melt them. They'll stick together like one congealed mass. Mandy, you wouldn't mind being 21 again. Did you enjoy it that much? Pip, you're raving your nut off at 21 and all weekenders. Being a proper weekender. Thomas, you wouldn't mind being 21 again with what you know now? I'm not sure I would, you know. I liked my 20s, but my 30s were much better. I don't know. Along your coast there's roughly 10,000 seals. They eat a lot of fish. They do, but then you'll also get orcas that come along and eat the seals, and it's all part of that the marine chain, isn't it? We need to keep that going. Don't overfish the seas. I don't like these big, huge harvesting ships that come along and just take everything. Absolutely everything they can get their hands on. Look after the place, man. Look after the sea. Can one of you change the barrel and fill the whiskey and vodka back up? There we go. Get a barrel. Get it sorted. Steve's on it. Double-sided carpet tape. Have I got any double-sided carpet tape? Why am I asking you? You don't know. Big Ains, better with a barrel. Yep. Although you don't need to be massive to move barrels around. It's all about technique. Genuinely. The 22 gallons, really heavy, but if you know how to do them, you can just steer them. Mandy can change barrels. Yes, you can. Anyone who's worked behind the bar should be able to. Six bore or 12, yeah. Proper or sawn off. Those are the kind of barrels we do well in this place. That's a good idea. Good teamwork. Teamwork makes the dream work. Steve will do the barrels. Tom Bowler will help with the optics. Ali, get up the ladder and get them past. Just reach behind you, grab hold, grab a good firm hold. Preparing to start one of the biggest wind farms in Europe off your coast at the moment. Yeah, we've got massive, haven't we? In the northwest, off the Welsh coast and into Liverpool Bay. Absolutely loads of them. Everywhere you look. Plenty of them. They do help. It went dark really quick. Still not completely dark here, but you're right, it has gone suddenly a bit donker. In theory, this country, the amount of wind that we have because of where we are, we should be able to generate ridiculous amounts of electricity to the point where our bills are really low. But of course, they don't want that to happen, do they? Because that will stop the profits. Who's the Tom Bowler you hear about? You never hear when he is. He sneaks in and out. Sneaks in and out. Oops, Ali's hand slipped. That's not good optics. I think you should put fairy lights on the windmill arms. They should, and also play loads of rave music. Charge people to go and stand on the beach raving to them. On a clear day, it's all you see off your coast. One feels 25 miles off, the other's 40 miles off. They seem closer, don't they? The one that Mandy's talking about. Everyone in North Wales thinks it's off the coast of North Wales. Everyone in Merseyside thinks it's off the coast of Merseyside because it's off the coast of both of them. Even though we're miles apart, it's just a huge, huge thing. But to be fair, if they weren't there, all you'd be able to see is just the sky and the sea anyway. He is related to Mr. Foolery. The two Toms, as they're known. That tea is nice again tonight. Just thought I'd tell you. No, it's cap of Earl Grey. I've drunk loads of that tonight though. Not tonight, all day. I've been drinking it all day. I've been pissing beside myself. Don't care what colour they paint them, they'll never be invisible. Yeah, so light them up. Make something of them. Don't want them to be invisible anyway, do you? Because anyone who's flying past in a microlight or something needs to see exactly where they are. Otherwise they'll end up as mints. No one needs that. They are massive, aren't they? There's another one, isn't there, somewhere on the East Coast? Is it up near Grimsby? Is it somewhere near Grimsby? Which is the one that Guy Martin went to? Or is that the one near you, Steve? Guy Martin went to one. It was off the East Coast. He did a programme about where does our electricity come from. And he went and he said he's never seen anything like it. It just goes on as far as the eye can see. It goes on, and each one of these things is huge. Of course, he got in one, went up to the top, got out on the is it the roof? What do you call that? It's not the roof, is it? Got out onto the thing that's in the middle of the arms. It's about the size of a transit van. That, you know, whenever you see them out on the bay. You've got the arms going round that little tiny box in the middle is the size of a transit van. Bleeding huge. You're fishing here. You spoke to a fellow who works there. He reckons they lose a third of the power between the turbines and the coast. That's shit then, isn't it? You'd think they'd be able to harness it a bit better than that. Don't lose any of it. You should be able to, as well, people that just live in farms and stuff like that, even a very small windmill should be able to power enough to fill batteries up and use it all day long. We should be able to produce a lot more than we actually do as a country, definitely. Yep, leave it on the bedside table. Wink, 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 wink. The Irish Sea one is maintained by Dong Energy. Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? Chinese are owning the wind farms and the nuclear stations that we have. The French and the Dutch own the railways. And all the money that comes out goes to their country and making their things cheaper. It's stupid. Ali, you've got to pop upstairs. No worries, I'll hang on for you. The blade diameter on after 8 mile radius is bigger than the London Eye. Really? Fucking hell. Midget on big hamster wheels. There you go. Green energy. That is green energy. Rishi, are you watching? Here's your answer now. So use the power that's disappearing, use it to power the lights. There you go. And then charge people to watch the lights, and then put that back into buying electricity from France or something. There you go. Don't know why all houses don't have some solar. They do now, don't they? There's now, one of you said that the other week. Any new houses that are being built need to have something like that on, don't they? It doesn't have to be sunny for it to actually charge up either. Because the sun is still there, it's just hidden by cloud. You see the wind turbines here as you're passing along the back roads. Actually, as you're going to Athlone, which is in Westmeath, you see them. You're back, you're back, you're back. Welcome back. Yeah, see loads of them, like where I am. You can look out, well, more towards Formby, you look out and see loads down there, like. Angie, you're having a live on your channel. Go, 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 hurry up. Don't be late. No worries, see you later. Have a good one. Have a good live. Smash it out the park, as always. That's an American phrase, that smash it out the park. See that? How seamless that was. They used to have kids and dogs in wheels to turn spits. We're going backwards in tech, but it works, it's proven. Plus, kids are little shits anyway. Loads of energy. Feed them Red Bull and Skittles and throw them in there. Midgets on Skittles. That's another great band. 8 Mile Radius. We can do a proper... We do Glastonbury here, can't we? A full-on Glastonbury with just bands from here. I always thought they should have had some kind of music festival on Garston Park in Liverpool and called it Garstonbury. That would have worked wonders. And then not tell anyone and just see the likes of, I don't know, Radiohead turn up. This is not what we expected at all. Well, you're here now. Just get on the fucking stage, will you? Otherwise, Mad Mick will shoot you. Throw in some grapes. We could have our own brand wine. See, this is good circular thinking. It's blue sky thinking. It cures about 7 or 8 ills at once, and then the only thing that comes out the end of it is clean electricity and very potent wine. What more can we ask for? Ali and the Hot Tubbers. But Louis, some imagination. Yep. Fantastic song there. I like that. I'm getting back into my 80s at the moment. A little bit of 8 Mile Radius. Welcome on stage, your very own 8 Mile Radius. Biggest problem with solar power at the moment is all the companies who started when it was all government grants have closed down. Now that you can't get them, they close down. Right, so just get in, make your money and get out. Fuckers. That's why something like this has got to come from governments. But the government are too deep into fossil fuels, aren't they? There are too many lobbyists. There's too much connection between government, fossil fuels and newspapers. Otherwise, we could make it work. Green energy is out there. It is a great name, to be fair. I'm not even going to try that one. Garave. Mielmet. Mav. Garave. Oh, fuck it, I don't know. BH is V, isn't it? Now it's almost impossible to find a company to repair or replace solar panels because they weren't asked. The government were remotely bothered. Fuckers. So is that something that people should be getting into? Anyone who's good at electrics and you want to repair and replace solar panels, get in now because there's no competition whatsoever. Dragon's Den, that one, Steve. Garev Mila Motagut. Garev Mila Motagut. Gesundheit to you as well. Man, these languages, stop it. Can we not just have a world language? Doesn't have to be English. We're not that arrogant. Just come up with something. Can we all speak Spanish or something? I don't know. It's got to be easier than that. You are EBHIL. Evil. How's your foot? Yep. You stop wearing trainers and put your buckler boots back on. Much better. Much more protection. Esperanto. Charmita. He tried that, didn't he? Gorev Milamogu. Esperanto. As soon as I hear that, all I think of is Red Dwarf and Rimmer. Charmita on the ship was called the Esperanto, wasn't it? When they met, was it where they met Crichton? That first one. Wasn't it? Yeah, that's where they met Crichton, was on the Esperanto. When they met the original Crichton, the English Crichton, rather than the Canadian Crichton. Yeah, Charmita. Which of course is also, every time I see Yusuf Chamiti play for Everton, see him on the back of his shirt, it just looks like it says Charmita. Boolaboo, boolaboo. You could probably learn Klingon, apparently it's based on Welsh. That makes absolute sense to me. A fake language from out of this world is based on Welsh. Yes, of course it is. Because Welsh makes no bleeding sense either. Just putting it out there. Not that English makes that much more sense, to be honest, but there you go. We will be seeing a fair bit of Chamiti this season. The Chamiti committee will be sitting quite a lot, seeing as though Domo Calo Louis will be leaving. The phonetic spelling is very helpful. Of course, 5 minutes later, I have not got a clue. I can't remember. Applause for you. Welsh, Klingon, it all sounds Flemmy. Yep. As does some Belgian, which is also quite Flemish. It's handy, it really is. The Welsh would be very good at speaking Dutch, and vice versa. With all the ch. The Chamiti committee is small in number, yep. Like a itty bitty Chamiti committee, it is. Yeah, sort of Flemish. You should be able to speak Flemish if you speak Dutch, South African, Afrikaans, Dutch and Flemish. All very similar. Obviously because they're all based on Dutch. Anyway, it's not Flemish, it's Vlaams. Hij spreekt Vlaams. But the Chamiti committee are also playing on the same bill. Cos is a foot. Yeah, the committee that's that small, it might fold, which would be a pity for the itty bitty Chamiti committee. Especially in this city. But 8 mile radius in the Chamiti committee, there's definitely there's a freeform jazz festival waiting to happen with them two. Oh, now it's dark. Now it's gone dark. And I still need to go for a little bit of a walk later as well. Just to the top of the street and back. Yeah, just to the top and back, that'll do me. Making a 6 music debut at the Chamiti committee. In fact, do you know what? If I hadn't started Horace Haiku, I might have made it the Chamiti committee. my little music, AI music stuff. Cusser, it's pronounced Cusser here. Gotta go, Pip, no worries, mate. Gotta beat a bear to the early worm, no worries, bud. Good to see you. Catch you later. Time for bed, said Zebedee. Enjoy your fishing, yeah, enjoy your fishing. You only learned. Hopefully you catch plenty of big size bass. Especially for the pictures. I can't do it, I've only got one bleeding hand. Terrible stuff. Keep us in the loop on how many you catch as well, we need to know this. Later, Steve. Good night, Helen. Woof woof, Ruby. Yep. Well said. Now you're speaking my language. I need to get a picture with this as well, don't I? To go on the website. You've got to advertise your own stuff because apparently you get loads more sales doing it that way. Obviously you do. Rather than have someone who's a model who looks fantastic. No. Just get some fat middle-aged gobshite. Fucking hell. Man, what is wrong with me today? I had a lie-in and everything. A proper lie-in. Why is my head so west? No good, this. Oh, I can't be horrible. I can't be horrible saying that, Mandy. I can't be. In the same way I can't shout something like Chanabouten when Hadavik is on because air dogs go mad as well. Arvin and Lego suddenly hear that and they're up. Got to be careful what we say. Also got to be very careful with the crisps that we sell. We can't shout Walkers too loud either. Poor Rubes, man, poor Rubes. Oh, man. It doesn't feel too cold out there, so I am going to walk to the top of the street when I finish here. Just have a wander up. Try and get my steps target done for the day. Then come back and get myself a nice glass of wine. I deserve that today, don't I? A nice glass of wine. I have got me, I bought loads the other day, so I've got loads in. I haven't got to accidentally buy the shit stuff either. Saying that the stuff I buy is shit, but I'm used to it. That's what it is, isn't it? I'm used to it. Yes, I've got to go walkies. I need to get my steps in. Because I've been working, I haven't really been moving around the house too much. I've been sat at my desk with my headset on. Which is certainly not good. Yeah, you're not supposed to mix the grape and the grain. Definitely not. Thankfully, though, with them both being non-alcoholic, it doesn't really matter. So, alcohol-free Perona, proper Perona in the area. Not a little bottle of Budweiser. If I'm up early for the taxi service, go and get me walking. I will be. She's got to be in work for 8 o'clock, so I'll be up at 7. Drop her off. I'll be back home for 8:15. Have me porridge, have me cup of tea, and then I'll start work at 9, I think. I normally start at 11. Just work till a bit later on. It depends on what time she's working till. I might not be able to do the footy anyway. If she's in at 8, she might be waiting until 5. At which point I won't get back till second half, maybe. I could go round and round the garden and take the teddy bears. 1 step, 2 step. Yeah. They still haven't been out, have they? I meant to take Horace out because he's smaller than Kippers. I could take him on an adventure to the beach. Remind me of that tomorrow. If we have nice weather the next few days, if I can just nip out at some point, I will do. I also need to fix me bag. I bought a record bag, an over-the-shouldery record bag, which looks great, and it's red. I know. But the people who bought them said it's fantastic, but you need to remove the bit that sticks the strap onto the bag itself. They snap very easy because they're made out of plastic. So there's a make of carabiner which I bought off that there Amazon there. Replace the plastic with the little carabiners and they work perfectly. Petrol red, it is petrol red. FC20 red. Tucker Road. Mushroom red, it is. It's a sort of dark grey red. It's an Atari bag with Japanese writing on the front. I like it, despite the colour. It actually looks quite nice. I can fit Horace in there and my drone and the GoPro and quite a few things and just go for a bit of a wander. Louise, you're nodding. No worries. Stay safe and we'll catch you later too. Lovely to see you as always. You saw the FC20 Nike Arca kit after I mentioned it. Wasn't it just exactly the same as an Everton home kit? But with the little Tui smile on the front and the Twente badge. AI purple red. It is. Very, very much so. But despite the fact that it's red, I like it because it's not football related at all. It is proper old school gaming. Proper Atari it is. But in Japanese writing on the front. It's got Atari down the side. But it looks fantastic. Me likey mucho. But I need to put the carabiners on at some point this week. You shouting at you slug. That's to a dog, by the way, not to a person. Ring a rosy, a pocket full of posies, yep. A tissue, we all fall down. Mummy in the pot, daddy in the cup, 1, 2, 3, and we all jump up. Ring a rosies, of course, was to do with the plague, wasn't it? Kids dying. Isn't that so wholesome and nice? Let's sing a little kids song about dying because of the plague, the Black Death. Never heard that second half of it though. Ninja red, it is. Ninja red. I wonder, was that other picture there? Yes, I've got that other picture. This was what the prompt for that other picture I did earlier on was based on. So I copied that particular prompt and changed 1 or 2 words and then came up with my little one. My Japanese, I didn't even put Japanese girl, I just put the scenery. But that obviously decided to throw in an anime girl as well. But it worked alright. Quite like it. You never knew that. It is. That's exactly what it is. I love stuff like that. There's lots of sayings and phrases in English that come from weird beginnings. Like I love the back in the day before we had proper beds, they used to have a little bit of a frame with ropes hanging from it. And then you'd put straw on top of horsehair and straw, a blanket over the top, and then that'd be your mattress. And as you were in it, sleeping in it every night, the ropes would start to sag. So someone would have to come in, tighten the ropes up so it was solid again. And that's where sleep tight comes from. So all these mad words and phrases have got strange backgrounds to them, same as ring a rosy. But we get so used to them, you don't know the backstory, you know them. know the words, phrases and songs. Stagehand read, yes. I particularly love it if there's a weird background to it. Not just a straightforward thing, a proper full-on weird thing. No idea why this happened, but we've been saying this phrase for the last 400 years. Those kind of things, I love that. It's the beauty of the English language, with its many influences. Nothing's ever normal or straightforward, there's always some bizarre shit behind it. And it's sweet. Yeah, bed ropes tightening. Ali was staring at you with intentions in her eyes. What the? When did that go off? That's still on, but it's not bright, is it? The battery in that is utter dog shit, man. I'm gonna see me MP. You hate when quotes get misquoted and upend the meaning. Not good. Definitely not good. And the more people use it, the more likely it is to become that new meaning. I hate that. And I hate the ruining the language. Especially people who say especially. There's no need for that. It's laziness. That's all that is, laziness. Espresso was bad enough, but especially, come on. Sort it out. Let's have an amnesty. Throw all these shit words into a bin and get back to doing normal stuff. Still a nice sky out there, like. The customer is always right in matters of taste. Now, the customer's always shite. It's not the customer's always right. You've worked behind the bar, you know exactly what I mean. The customer's always shite. Yeah, the corruption of language. Seeing a chest of drawers for sale on Facebook Marketplace. And there's loads of them like that, isn't there? As well as your local annoyance at the moment, yeah. It's 2 words, yeah. Welcome back, Kirsty. We're sorting language out now as well. Of instead of have. As well. We have too many people doing tech speak. And where I work, I used to have to check people's letters that were going out with government headers on them and stuff. You should have done this. No, you should not should have, it should have. Are you sure? Yes, I'm fucking sure. I always put should have, yet we've noticed we have to change your letters for the last 6 fucking months. Should have. In matters of taste, though, not everything else. Now people's taste is also shit as well. Don't put up with it. TNS, man, take no shit. We're not having it. We're not standing for it anymore. We're not going to take it, as the Who sang. Intercepted a work letter. Sorry for the incontinence, rather than sorry for the inconvenience. You're taking the piss. Should have is acceptable. We can settle for that. We're not supposed to use phrases like that, but should have is better than should of. TNS was Total Network Solutions. What are they called now? The new saints, aren't they now? Ali's got 2 beds full of DNA by the look of it. He might have made a mess. Oh, I say, Ali, I say. What's going on there? Use as well, which gets used quite a lot in Liverpool, innit? Use should have rang us. Now, you can't put that in an official letter to someone. Sorry, you owe £20,000, but yous should have told us that your kid was no longer in school. Nah, mate. It's supposed to be eyes, bed, rope. Is this like 3 words? Are you trying to give us your location at the moment? Eyes, bed, rope. Yeah, I get that. Rope it is, isn't it? It's a double helix, but it's very ropey. The dog has gone swinging. They've gone swinging on by. It's not snobbery. It's get it right, especially if it's official documents going out. Capacity. What? Why can't people spell? When do we stop as a nation being able to spell basic things? I understand if it's really difficult words. Either have a go or you can actually say it into your phone and it will tell you what the spelling is. Oh yeah, I used to get sick and tired of that. And then when someone says, well, do you always get things right? No, obviously I don't. But I don't get things wrong as often as you bleeding do. And I finished top of the class in Holland doing Dutch because I listened and took on board what the actual spellings were. Think you're fucking smart, you do, you? Well, no. Just spelling you're supposed to be able to do. I definitely understand if you can't do all of it or you've got dyslexia or something. I understand. But the basics, very, very easy basics. Come on, get it right. Or, alternatively, stop trying to write like you're writing to your mate or you're texting someone if you're writing a government letter. This ain't allowed, bruv. You can't get on with saying things into your phone or voice recognition. It always ends up with, "Oh, for fuck's sake." Yes. I think my phone's starting to learn my intonation, but it still occasionally comes up with some strange things. It hasn't learned Scouse yet. Definitely hasn't got anywhere near as close as that yet. And what's the safe word? Do we know? Have we got one yet? Is it flocky knocky nigh pillification? Anti-establishmentarianism? Your spelling's terrible, Kirsty. Being dyslexic doesn't help. That's different. Dyslexia is an actual genuine complaint. Just being lazy and not learning for people who haven't got dyslexia is an absolute ball ache. And when you tell someone you're not allowed to do this in a letter, it's not that, it's this, and they still keep on doing it. That's the thing I've got problems with. You taught it in Irish. You're trying to teach us in Irish. We're trying our best, but it's a stupid language. Apologies to everyone who's Irish apart from Ali. The stupid bloody language. It's a wonderful language, I love it. Very poetic. It's just bloody difficult if you're not from there. In deserts, in deserts, there's sugary sweetness. In deserts there's only sand. You have to learn these things. How about in deserted deserts? If you had a pudding shop in a deserted desert, what would go on there? You quite like the idea of a long German word. Sehenswürdigkeiten or something, yeah. Maybe just shout Schmitty when things get too bad. It does sound like that's a safe word that will be getting shouted quite regularly next season at Goodison. Schmitty! For fuck's sake. Yeah, problems with that. If you have, you have. That's the whole thing, though. If someone hasn't got dyslexia or hasn't got an issue that should stop them from being able to learn. That's the thing that annoys me. I've showed someone that I know is not stupid, but when it comes to spelling, they don't try. No, this is how you do it. Just listen to what I'm saying. This is how you do it, okay? Okay, I've got that. 10 minutes later. Have I got to tell you this thing all over again? Chimity, you can say that, so that's it. It's in. Sehenswürdigkeiten. Sehenswürdigkeiten. Yeah, what's that? Sehenswürdigkeiten. I should know that, shouldn't I? Is that sight? Sehenswürdigkeiten. Something to do with sight, isn't it? Yeah, Jeff, go and do one. Come here to me. I know that one. Tourist attractions, is that what it is? Sehenswürdigkeit. Oh yeah, würdig. Does that mean it's worth seeing? Something's worth seeing. It's the seaworthiness, but not seaworthiness. You made that up to help you remember. That's always the best way of doing things, which is why that lunatic fella can remember and memorise something like the order of 15 packs of cards, one after the other. Just because he makes a story up constantly. And as soon as you make a story up in your head, you can remember things. Chimity, come here to me. Yeah, that works. Chimity, come here to me. Come on now. Careful now. Anyway, it's 11:05. How did we get to this stage of the night so quickly? Jesus. I'll have to put the moon on charge again. I need to have words about this. Sure, Missy, it does sound better in an Irish accent, doesn't it? Much better than rabid, frustrated Evertonian. Although, some things do sound better in rabid, frustrated Evertonian. As in things like, Joe man, Sidibe, for fuck's sake, get over! Sidibe. Much better than a Scouse accent. Yeah, the one thing I like about live chats and comments, if you need a spelling for something, you can find it. Always good to look out for. And some things are bloody difficult to spell. The Sidibe line in an Irish accent. Is your man Sidibe, for fuck's sake, get over. Ah, Jesus. Committee. The Kermit E committee. Yep. But he's very Portuguese, is our Chimity. Yusuf Chimity. He's only a young lad as well, isn't he? Very young man. Oh, young man. That's Sidibe, though. That's some of the shouts that you get at Goodison that have been on Twitter over the last few years. Just, you can't get them anywhere else apart from Liverpool. Just fucking hit it, will ya? And there's nothing better. Yeah, Atwell. Wasn't even in, was it? Should we play in Tiddlywinks? Love it. Yelovich, yeah, they just hit it. Brilliant, isn't it? Absolutely brilliant. But again, there's nothing better than hearing there's 40,000 people at Goodison, and about 37,000 of them are Scouse, and someone gets the ball and the entire stadium turns around at once and goes, "Turn!" The word "turn" in a Scouse accent is just insane. Wigan 3-0 the week before. Oh, man. That still is tattooed on my soul, that one. Do you see that lad there now, will you? God love me, there's a head in him that even a priest wouldn't bless. It's that awful. Ah, Jesus. 10. The Gladys mind. She never does. Very, very accommodating. She regularly has lots of men inside her. Lots of very excited men. Very excitable men. I can't wait to get her up with myself in August. Although I bet you them steps look even worse this year than they did last year. The accents class, it used to be better, Ali. It used to be much better. Before the stroke, I could do accents very well. Scruffs in the lower, gents in the upper, yes. I have been in the same seat in the upper Gladys. This will be my 28th season in a row in the same seat. Jeez, you get less for murder, wouldn't you? You'd be let out by now. The good old days, the bad old days, we've seen them all. Been there through thin and thin. I'm going to have to stop this. I'm going to have to, aren't I? Because it's 11:10, man. Just going to end up sat here all night, aren't I? Finish doing the stream and get up, get my car keys and go and take Jess to work. Can't be doing that yet. Not yet. I'm not Angie. Can't do 10-hour streams, man. I don't know how she does it. Oh, yeah. Anyway, fuck it, I'm not doing my walk. It's too late. Warms your heart when you've seen that I've got to a game. It's nice, I must admit, I do enjoy it. But it can be a bit of a pain in the arse getting there. The West Ham game this year, when I got down there and then couldn't park anywhere, so I had to just drive home. Horrible that. But I think this year I am going to speak to a busy first. I think you're allowed to park on the double yellow lines past the Spello, apparently. You're alright parking there. I want to find out exactly from where to where, because I'm sure there's loads of spaces. I'm going to do that. Try and get as many games in this season as I can, because it's the last season. There's never going to be another last season. We'll get there. Yep. Boo, get me steps in. Okay, I'll get me steps in. I'll go and walk up. Just need to put me trabs on. Kitchen cleaned. Till locked. Locked, of course, also means drunk over there, doesn't it? Storeroom locked. Who's locked? We're all locked. How many laps of my car will get me to my target? Probably about 30 or 40. I can walk to the top of the street and walk back down the street and then speak to people I meet. That'll be neat. My life will be complete. Read. Yep, sound. I'm going to go and do a walk. And then I need wineage. I don't need alcohol, I need wine. That's what it is. Ah, Jays, you're not locked. Fair play to you, fair play to you. Right, well, yeah, wonderful. Thank you very much. This has been a ridiculously long one. We shall reconvene at some point. I will ask my daughter what time she's working till tomorrow. Maybe there might be a football match tomorrow as well, but if not, I'll see you some other time. Take care, you wonderful, wonderful people.
You start making your way outside now, folks, please. Come on, let your feet hit the street. Do your talking while you're walking. It's a pub, not a club. So what, mate? Change for the condom machine. Go and see the lad behind the bar. You better be quick as well. No, know what I mean, getting your change, no. Just go and sort it out, lad.
And that's that.
Hoo-yah!